Let's hear a story. The name of the story is The Selfish Batter. Let's see if we can reach a conclusion based on this story, because this is a real incident, not a fictional story. Welcome to Cricket and Critics. Let's begin the story. An ODI match against Australia played overseas, India versus Australia. India is chasing a massive target of 349 runs in 50 overs. A well-known Indian opener, famous for scoring quickly, gives a dream start. He smashes 41 runs off just 25 balls before getting out. At that point, India's score is 65 for 1 in 8 overs. The other opener, his partner, is at 23 off 24 balls, a decent start considering the supporting role he had to play. This second opener builds a massive 212-run partnership with the number 3 batter. Both of them score centuries. But the climax of the match was heartbreaking. India falls 25 runs short in the 50th over, losing the match. Now, where does the word selfish come into play here? Let's go back a little. Remember, when India was 65 for 1, the aggressive opener got out. The other opener and number 3 batter continued the chase. Let's call the opener batter A and the number 3 batter B. At 10 overs, the score was 80 for 1. At 20 overs, it was 155 for 1. By then, both batters had crossed their half centuries. Batter A, 57 off 56 balls. Batter B, 55 off 39 balls. By the 27th over, India had 213 for 1 and the required run rate had dropped below 6. Batter A, 88 off 81 balls. Batter B, 80 off 56 balls. Both batters were scoring at good strike rates. Both were reaching their centuries. Batter A, 92 strike rate. Batter B, 142 strike rate. By 30 overs, batter A completes his century. He took 11 more balls to go from 88 to 100. Meanwhile, batter B was on 90 off 68 balls. He took 12 balls to add just 10 more runs, slowing down. At this point, India was 238 for 1. On the first ball of the 36th over, batter B completes his century. But he took 17 balls to go from 90 to 100. Out of those 17 balls, 10 were dot balls. In this period, batter B slowed down significantly from a strike rate of 142. Batter A, on the other hand, accelerated, scoring 23 runs off his last 14 balls. Until reaching 90, batter B was playing aggressively, but after that his strike rate dropped drastically. Eventually, batter B got out after scoring 106 runs. When he got out, India's score was 278 for 3. At that stage, the required run rate was just 6.45. But after his dismissal, the required rate kept increasing. Other batters had to take risks, lost their wickets, and India eventually lost by 25 runs. Now, let's analyze batter B's innings. In a chase of 350, is taking 17 balls to go from 90 to 100 considered selfish? Yes, but only if the batter's name was Sachin Tendulkar. Here, unfortunately, no. Sachin, in his entire 24-year career, never took 17 balls to move from 90 to 100. So, who were the players in this match? The aggressive opener, Rohit Sharma. The second opener and century partner, batter A, Shikhar Dhawan. And the main character of our story, batter B? None other than Virat Kohli. This was the third time in his career that Kohli took 15-plus balls to move from 90 to 100 in an ODI chase. And yet, Sachin is the one who always gets blamed for being slow in run chases. Sachin started scoring centuries in 1994, and in his entire career, he took more than 15 balls to go from 90 to 100 only 3 times, and none of those were in a big run chase like this. Now, let's reach a conclusion. Was Kohli's approach selfish? No, I wouldn't say that. Because an experienced ODI batter plans an innings based on the situation, the bowlers, and the field placements, not based on what we see from the outside. When a batter nears a century, does the fielding captain set a normal field? No. Does he avoid making bowling changes? No. Not out of jealousy, but because once a batter reaches a century, he can become even more dangerous. This might have been exactly what Kohli was thinking when planning his innings. Eventually, an unexpected wicket at the wrong time can become a setback. Not every batter's style is to just swing at every ball. And that's the point. Why did I bring this up? A comment I saw recently. Someone, a Sachin hater, after realizing Sachin never slowed down from 90 to 100, immediately changed their argument, saying, even if he took only 10 balls, that is still selfish. But even with that new standard, Kohli ends up in trouble in the same logic. Because when it comes to slowing down after 90, Kohli has done it far more often than Sachin. Maybe that person thinks this is a big crime, but did he also notice that the same batter was scoring at a high strike rate till 90? Shouldn't he get credit for that as well? If we nitpick every small moment like this, where does it end? Some might ask, why criticize this innings? He played a great knock. The answer is no one is criticizing the entire innings. Not even the slow scoring after 90 is being criticized. If you paid attention, you'd realize many myths that people strongly believed have now been broken, and that's okay. A detailed statistical analysis is already underway on this topic. It is a complex and time-consuming study, especially for matches before 2001. Since I needed these stats for my book, I have already gathered all of Sachin's match data. The data for every Indian batter who has scored 10 plus ODI centuries has also been analyzed. It is necessary to put an end to these myths once and for all. Thank you and goodbye.